Finally, I'm here after MotoGP at the Booth International Circuit. And last time I was here, I was actually to shoot the fastest riders in the world. And this time, I'm going to ride this beauty. And it's almost, I think, 1 year. I just can't wait. It is winters. The track is, for now, it's going to have a lot of dew on it. So I think it should be okay in an hour or so. But look at this. Let's actually bring this down. Great to hear this sound, and especially when this is the first time I've actually put an exhaust. And though this is not a full system, I still have to do a few mods, remove the cat con. But let's see how it goes. What a wonderful feeling, guys. After a very long time I had come on the circuit, and this time it was after MotoGP. I still remember standing at these fences and looking at the grid of the final race when the race was about to start. In fact, I shot the world's fastest riders here. Giving me goosebumps. At the same time, I'm so thankful that I'm getting to ride again here. And this time I have the Kawasaki Ninja ZX10R, which has been in my stable for 1 year. This is the second time I've actually prepared a bike for track. The first time it was the S1000RR in 2019, and then COVID hit, of course, then I had to sell the bike. But this year is a wonderful bike, as we all know. It's a winning machine, especially in WSBK, of course. As they say, it's about the rider more than the machine. But this is a great platform if you want to basically go faster and explore your limits, and without breaking the bank, that is. But talking about my revelations in these 2 days at the Apex Racing Academy and the track sessions that I've been, attending. Fitness is very important both for the bike and for myself. I have to get fitter, otherwise you can't really hold the racing lines, you can't go fast, every lap consistently, and everything drops no matter how good the bike is. So that, number one, I have learned, and I'm going to work on my fitness. Talking about the motorcycle, there are a few additions, changes that I've done to enhance performance. But there are two specific parts which we have changed, which will actually improve the performance of the motorcycle. First is BMC air filter, and this is the easiest thing to do on a motorcycle, or of course in a car like we did with the Mini Cooper, and that actually increases the performance and the general feel of the motorcycle or the machine. This already has titanium headers, so I didn't put full system, but mid pipe and end can is there. From Arrow, I've put racing brake pads up front. So now let's hear the sound of the bike, and of course that actually adds a lot of drama to the experience. Wow. I cannot start this bike in the Motovilla any longer. It is impossible. It's such a far cry from the stock exhaust. I mean, so much weight has been lost, so much performance, and of course, so many decibels have been gained. And of course, the most important thing, the engine oil, is of course the blood of the motorcycle. And of course, I'm talking about the oil, the engine oil, Castrol Power One here, Ultimate. This is a 10W40, full synthetic, and I've been using this all over the world, like from 20,000 kilometers around Australia, on the Ninja H2, and right now in the ZX10R over here. Let's actually fill the blood inside the machine. The engine oil is something which is often overlooked, but I know that it actually makes a huge impact on the performance, especially when I have to do many sessions. For example, there are a total of 12 sessions of 20 minutes each, and of course I get tired before the bike does, but I really feel that with everything that has been achieved right now, I don't have the race fairings. I think there is a substantial drop in the weight and in power, both that we cannot verify right now because we haven't of course weighed the bike or put it on dyno, but I just feel that the bike is more free, it's more powerful. In fact, there is ECU remapping also being done. You have to look for many other things, and when you flash your ECU, it's best to get it done from someone who knows it. And I'm just enjoying. That is the main thing. It's so intoxicating, so exhilarating. The very fact that man has built such a machine that This is, by the way, the expert category. So there are 3 categories here. The expert, I'm in the intermediate, and then you have the rookies. So they also give you training here at Apex, and we'll shortly talk to the gentleman here, Mr. Anil, and about his vision for the Apex Racing Academy. So guys, what a wonderful 2 days here with Apex Academy. And the thing is that any event like this, there are a lot of people behind that. It's a whole enterprise. It's very complex, and the credit for these 2 days goes to a gentleman called Mr. Anil over here, who's from Apex Racing Academy, and he's the director, owner. In the history of motorcycling here in India, right, especially racing. So we have before MotoGP and after MotoGP.
Yes.
So we are standing in the after MotoGP era here. How do you feel about that?
It was always known as the F1 track. Now it's known as the MotoGP track.
Yeah.
So it's so pride for all the bikers
Absolutely.
here that we call it R track now.
Yes.
It's
absolutely.
no more it's like a MotoGP track. And what a tremendous response.
Yes,
We've
absolutely.
had 60 plus riders
Yeah.
enjoying for last 2 days, and 15 plus new riders added
Yeah.
to the community after training.
Yeah.
Excellent infrastructure after the modification.
Absolutely. The track is
we've
wonderful.
had
yeah.
a wonderful safe
Yeah.
session. It's a MotoGP track, so and everyone wanted to try how would it be riding on the same track where you have the world champions riding.
Yes,
how is it going to be feeling?
Goosebumps.
Yeah, the goosebumps, and they feel like, okay, my tire is on the exactly same tarmac
Yeah.
where the champions have
Yeah, absolutely.
ridden. So riders were still riding before this year, but the feeling now is totally different. You know, when they come, they see the rider's name on the
Yeah.
pit lanes.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
you
that
know,
is wonderful. The
all
world.
those stickers left. You could see MotoGP logos everywhere.
Yes.
And now we can really call the mecca of motorcycles in India is this place. We start actually from smaller tracks. So if you're under 16 or under 18, we would always start off from a smallest motor track, starting with as simple as scooters. You know, throttle control is very, very important in riding any sort of a motorized vehicle. So, and then slowly graduate them with a smaller 150cc or a 125cc motorcycle. And we start our level 1 and level 2, which we have renamed as riding training program. That means whatever we teach in level 1 and level 2, you can comfortably go and try it out on the streets without any hesitation, except for the overtaking. On the track, we can overtake from either side. Now, what happens after touring? You've done a lot of touring, but you have a sports bike, a typical 100% sports bike like the one that you have. Now, if someone wants this to be on the track, not really get into racing, but want to get onto the track, we have the level 3, which will train you appropriately how to ride faster on a track. You may be a competitor or non-competitor, but it will help you in learning how you go faster on the track. Then we have the racecraft. Racecraft is purely for people who are going to be competing, you know, who's getting into competition, be it a national championship or anything like that. So now all these levels can be done in every track possible, which is homologated by the federation. If you're riding a 150cc to up to 300cc, you could very well do in a smaller track down south in Coimbatore. If you're riding anything above that, you know, or a souped up pro stock sort of a 300cc bike or a 400cc bike, then we would suggest actually, or a 600cc bike, we would suggest the MMRT. Even a liter class can be still tried in MMRT as well for having a good fun of the track time. But for competitiveness, this is the best place where you could start from. So this track day, you could see we have a 150cc bike to a H2 out here. So we have all combinations. So this track can really, you know, give that flavor. And after it is turned to the GP track, some of the corners have really become very, very attractive for a motorcycle. I'm sure you've been riding, you must have seen the turn 3 now with double apex. So down in Chennai and Coimbatore, we have a fleet of bikes of the Yamaha R15 V3s is what we have, and the RC390s and a few TVS RR310s we have it for rental, which can be rented out. And safety gears, we have Alpinestar as our partner, and we have all the gears available there. So the right from your leathers, boots, gloves is given. Only helmet for hygienic reason we don't give it. Whatever. But right now in Buddh International Circuit, we have got some limited leathers available. Now there are a lot of partners who are ready to invest on and stock up bikes. So I'm sure as we go forward with one more MotoGP happening, we'll have a fleet of bikes coming up here for rental as well.
We all know that, you know, motorsports is a very expensive sport, but it can also save you a lot of money, in the sense that, you know, a lot of skills they actually translate on the road, panic braking and, you know, situations like that. So they can actually save you from a crash, and just, you know, you can become a better rider. I feel that everyone should, you know, go through at least the first 2 levels and then decide whether they want to take it, you know, forward ahead or not. For me, I really enjoyed, even though I came to the track after 8-9 months. And of course, the bike is performing really wonderful. And with a man like him, you know, generally the whole atmosphere is quite relaxed, and, you know, it's quite jolly. And of course, you know, we are waiting for the next MotoGP, definitely. So if you want to know more about how to get into the academy, please go to apexracing.in. And that's it, guys. Take care, ride safe.